Hello friends, so today in this video we are going to discuss another topic of module C of HRD, right? So this is also very important and also in gaining more mark in the exams. So that is career path planning, right? So here career path planning, we know that there we need to some plan for our upcoming careers, right? So that's very important with respect to the career. So here there's some basic examples that after initial experiment in the job, individual tend to lose interest or get some definitions. But it is relevant therefore to examine underlying concepts and observations that individual desire and expect change at certain stage in life, right? So this is predictable pattern in these changes. So there is some feeling of frustration if things do not happen as per the desire or expected, right? In also preparation of the exams, we expect that we will clear the exams, but if in some cases we are unable to clear, then we are feeling frustrated. That's why we need to have a clear vision for our future planning, both for success and both for unsuccess, right? So here this is very important. Like here it's already discussed, like there are some life stages that's given by Erik Erikson, right? So there are 4 life stages are given by the Erik Erikson. So remember this term. First one is adolescence. It is this individual's development is to achieve an ego identity. Adolescence means he will have some ego identity. Individual is involved in reconciliation process of what he perceives himself to be or what he thinks others perceive himself. So in this adolescence period, that the person makes some adjustment or assessments to form his own identity, to make his own identity. So it is some ego identity adolescence state, right? Next one is young adulthood. It is the next stage where she starts developing relationship with individuals, groups or occupations. That is, he is having a group and having a relationship. दूसरों के साथ relation start किया जाता है, right? This could be establishing a close relationship, developing an interest group or a work group. That is young adulthood, right? Here group 1, here individual 1. And adulthood, this stage is that what guiding the next generations, and during this stage one is passing on the knowledge, values, sponsoring the younger colleagues and in the right. So here he is gaining some knowledge, experiences, values, and he is going through many more things, right? So that is adulthood, where we are gaining the knowledge and values, right? So next one is maturity stage, a stage where when person attempts to achieve ego integrity by examining whether life has been meaningful or satisfying. So we can say that maturity stage we are analyzing. The person is analyzing whether he is getting the satisfied output and something like whether it is satisfying or not. So these 4 definitions are very important with respect to the exams also, right? So next one is at each of these stages the tasks are different, relations are different, requiring personal adjustment. There is apprentice. This is the beginning of the career. Apprentice, we know that we start working like it's internship type, right? So an individual does routine work under the supervision of the mentor, which helps to learn. Here the learning stage. This is apprentice. Colleague. This is the beginning of making an independent contribution through still in the subordinate role. So हमारे बैंक में भी हमारे साथ जो रहते हैं वो हमारे colleagues रहते हैं, right? Mentors. That is some superiors who from whom we are learning. The person is learning something, right? So mentor. The stage signifies the beginning of a complex functions. The individual develops ideas, manages others, and must learn to assume responsibility of his subordinates' work. That is mentor, sponsors. At this stage, the individual needs to broaden his perspective and thinks long term. He is now a part of the top management. The sponsors. He is required to define the direction in which the entire organization, or at least a major segment of it, would develop. Right. So this is called sponsorship. You need to understand that we are working for the whole organizations. So it will help to also whatever we are doing, that will implies for the organizations also. So in the next, so this is very important part. So in the next, we are going to discuss like career patterns. So career patterns like some theoretical things. So the expected changes driver has given listed these patterns as career concepts, right? So here there are some theoretical things you can go through this. So 3-dimensional movement, one is vertical, circumferential and radial. Okay. Then vertical movement is along with the hierarchy of organization, circumferential movement is along the different divisions function, while radial is towards the center of the organization. So this is some important points, so not that much important here, you can go through the book also. Next one is important thing is career anchors, right? So who is given the career anchor concept? That is Sachin's concept. Sachin has given the career anchor. Provide one example why individual try to follow a particular pattern. Why? There is some career goal or something like that, particular pattern to achieve the career goal. The concept of career anchor refers to personal sense of type of work of individual wants to pursue and what that other career means to one individual. What the career means to that individual. It should be completely clear before achieving that. Then only you can easily achieve your goal. This has 3 components: self-perception of talents, ability based on one's performance, self-perceived motives, and needs-based self-diagnosis and feedback. Feedback also gives another very important role to achieving the goal. Self-perceived attitudes, values based on interaction with the norms, values implicit. One is interaction. Another one is feedback, another is analyzing your own ability, own performance, right? So here is also another 5 such career anchors. First one is technical functional competency. Some individual fall in love with a particular field, function. They desire to outstanding in the field. Their self-concept is associated with their skills in that area. So if you are talking about the one engineers, right? If he is electrical engineer, then he is trying to get the job in that electrical sector. Then that is technical functional. That's core-related managerial competency. Some individuals like to manage. Their early career experiences indicate to them that they will be able to rise in the management hierarchy. So in the whole career system, like intermediate, then graduation, in that we are able to analyze what our capability is. So according to that, someone is getting that he can manage. So he will get to the managerial hierarchy. Security. Some individuals seek a secure work environment career by trying themselves to a particular organization, something like security, right? Creativity. There are some individuals who wants to create something new. They like to start someone, that is, make it success. Next one is autonomy. Another group of individuals finds organizations life pleasant or difficult. They prefer to maintain their freedom. That is autonomy. They want to do their own. That is something we can give another best example. That is startup. Now the startups, they are giving their own ideas a way to be achieved, right? So these are the things. Remember the term Sachin. Career path planning. Next one is a system, right? So the career planning in an organization is primarily an HRD subsystems. Career planning is the subsystem of HRD. What we are discussing, that is the subsystem of human resource development to help individuals to grow in the organizations. Like in the bank also we are joining, as officer we are joining scale 1, next scale 2, scale 3, scale 4, and like we are getting promoted one by one to the higher positions, right? So this is also like career path planning, right? The policy of some theoretical things we can iterate. So the policy of career planning is made explicit. It lays down the benchmark of performance. So these are some terms. It made clear that career path is facility for growth, not for the right for the advancement. That's for the growth. These are some things. So next one is define the career stages role in relation to the organizational level. There are some examples, you can go through this. See, identify the core job at each level. Just remember the term for the more details. That's because nowadays question can come from anywhere. Define and spell out the criteria for each successful level placement in the next career role, right? So then next one is multiple. You can go through this in the book, but with respect to exam we'll discuss some important points. Multiple careers within the organizations. In the organization also we can all go, like in bank also someone is joining as a generalist, as a scale 1 PO. He can also in upcomings with the training, he can also with the HR in that department, credit head in that department. So they are getting trained and they are also getting some more career enhancement within that organizations also, right? So this is also important. You can go through this. This is the basic definitions of all those things. And next one is, which is very important. Every year questions are coming from this: self-development. The concept of self-development, that is improving personal efficiency. Self-development is very important in each stages of life or anywhere. If you are developing yourself, then only you can perform more efficiently in anywhere, like in any organizations, right? Before discussing about self, so for example, we can give, these are the theoretical things, but if you want to understand in the working condition of banks also, if you are after getting the job, we need to learn the things, like there are some circulars from our banks, and we need to learn, getting acquainted with all the latest developments, all the latest plannings, so that we can make ourselves developed and to be acquainted with the new changes. So the self development is very important. So these are the completely theoretical things. You can be categorized into two parts: patent self, and this is important also, and inner self. The patent self can also be called the external self, which normally compare individual's identity, physical features, right? Inner self signifies the behavioral patterns. Inner self behavioral patterns, values, other psychological factors like strength and weakness. Remember this. आपका एक्सटर्नल के लिए होता है पैटेंट, एंड इनर के लिए होता है स्ट्रेंथ, वीकनेस, जो इंडिविजुअल को रिफर करता है, वो रहता है आपका क्या, इनर सेल्फ. So you can go through all those things. Just read this, all the theoretical things. Some important points are there. This is important one. The functions of introspection and learning is to understand the fundamental of human behavior. There are a number of aspects. One is to understand about ourselves. However, the context of our self-developed in relation with organization. The following aspects will be discussed at individual level: motivation pattern, locus of control, power basis. At individual, this should be discussed. At interpersonal level, interpersonal needs, transactional analysis. At group level, being effective member in the work group. So these are the things we need to learn. So these are the basic things, and we will discuss more, but we will discuss some important points only. So at individual level, that is motivational pattern. First one is motivational pattern, and an individual has to make conscious effort to be aware of what his life's goals, motivation, right? So awareness of one's own. So it's like at the individual level, we should be always feel motivated. Then only we can enjoy our work. Whatever job we are doing, just feel motivated and do the work. In bank also, whatever the role you are getting, whether it's operation, whether it's credit, just feel motivated to learn new things. Then only you can enjoy the jobs. Otherwise, now that the banking, we are getting with so much stress. Like everything is related with the bank only. So today's employee, जैसे ये today's employee का fully whole story है. अभी का employee जो रहते हैं उनका fully changes हो गया. जैसे employee का related है educated parents, knowledge of computer related frauds, knowledge of educated friends, educated with the technical background, computer savvy, uses of technology, mobile phones, want to buy car, house. So these are the things. Friends also change job, better exposed to outside world. So next important thing is locus of control. Personal efficiency is related to individual's ability to take the initiative, which closes related to his belief that he can change the things, right? So this locus of control given by left quote 1969 and Levinson. Remember this term. So what is locus of control? First of all, so locus of control means one is believing that he can control the things, right? So he can control the things, whatever is happening, he can control, right? So it is to be expected a person with internal locus of, internal and external locus of control, right? So next हमारा जो है ये जो locus of control उसका definition आएगा. जैसे कि कोई क्वेश्चन रहेगा, पर्सन सफिशिएंटली who has the ability to control, to take the initiative, right? What is that? The term is locus of control, LOC. Remember this. Next one is power basis. This term has given by the quoter. Another important person, that is another important concept related to influencing others, that is power. Has different power as a major personal potential to get others to do what she wants them to do, as well as avoid being forced to do what she doesn't want to do. Power means whatever you want to do, that you are doing. Whatever you don't want to do, that you are not doing. So that is power. That's the influence that is given by the quota. And go through this. There are some different powers, that is coercive power, legislative position power, reward power, reference power. You can go through this. Will be coercive power, one only. Effort used by the leader, manage to threaten, punish, initiative, punitive action against the dependent employee. That is, they're threatening. It may result in both tangible and intangible punishment. So this is coercive power. Legitimate position power, that is superiors use their positions, right? So that is called position power. Reward power. Reward power means if we are motivating our juniors, that if you achieve the target, then we'll give some something like rewards. So that is reward power, right? So that's the quality of a leader. Then referent power. Some managers get adequate respect from the employee, and they become the follower of such manager, become the leader and led by examples. That is referent power. Expert power, expertise, knowledge power. You need to give that's based on the knowledge. Reflected power, charismatic power. Charisma refers to emotional attraction of a person based on his extraordinary characteristics. So that's defined by the characteristics. Emotional power. If you are related with the emotional things, founded on emotional concepts between the manager and his followers. If you are related with the person, that is emotionally, that's called emotional power. Then next one is interpersonal interaction, that is dyadic relationship, right? So here in the focus of influencing other, we need to understand our interpersonal interaction pattern. Here we will discuss the concept of interpersonal needs and interpersonal interaction through the transactional analysis. So there is some analysis. This is influencing other interpersonal interaction, how this will be helpful, right? So next one is, that's very important too, that is interpersonal needs and transactional analysis, right? So this is the exam preparation also. This is very important and we need to be very sure. But the interpersonal needs, that's term given by Switch. It may implied in interaction among people by inclusion, control and affections, right? So you can go through this. The interpersonal need for a inclusion is defined behavioral as the need to establish, maintain a satisfactory relationship with the people with respect to interaction and association. So एक types का relationship रहता है, interpersonal need, a psychological comfortable relationship with the people, someone in a dimension of initiating interaction, a psychologically comfortable relationship. So you can go through this. Next one is transactional analysis. Transactional analysis, this is very important. Every year you will get 2 marks at least from this only. So there are some stages. Interpersonal relationship interaction in terms of the transactional analysis, that is, there are the behavior patterns are evoked in different stages. 3 ego states, the parents, adult and child. They will give the examples and they will ask what the stage is this. And this is given by the Eric Penn. Ego states consist of pattern of feelings and experience directly related to a corresponding concept of behavior. The term parent-child are related to orientation of individual has for the instances. For example, what is parent ego? This is very important, right? The parent ego state regulates the behavior. So the behaviors and nurtures it. ये आपका nurture करता है more of ethical, conscious behavior influenced by the preaching from the parent and the elders. Thus, it is more nurtures, more controlled, and thus based on some ethics. That is called parent ego state. If you are getting some examples, for example, parent ego means if one person, that is A, who is working in any bank, but before reacting to any situations, he is analyzing the situation and he is trying to understand what the output will be, and he's getting some suggestion from the elders. That's one based from the ethicals. So this is, he is in the parent ego. An adult ego, a person collects information and processes it. more analytical, rational, practical, and orientation. Practical orientation. He is not like parent ego state means they are analyzing whatever the elders are saying. They are saying that it's ethical, it's true. But adult ego state में जो रहता है वो क्या करता है ना, जो भी उसको सजेशन इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलता है वो इसको प्रोसेस करता है, एनालाइज करता है, प्रैक्टिकली रिलेट करता है. देन ओनली प्रैक्टिकल अगर उसको लगता है कि ये अच्छा रहेगा, देन ओनली ही इज मेक इट यूज इट. राइट. सो चाइल्ड ईगो स्टेट ये रहता है कि who is concerned with creativity, curiosity, reactions to others, adjusting behaviors, more of intrinsic behavior with motive of enjoyment. चाइल्ड जो होता है ना, नॉर्मल चाइल्ड जो नॉर्मली होता है हमें पता है कि enjoyable रहता है, क्रिएटिविटी, डिफरेंट थिंग्स करता है. एंड बट एक बात है कि वो कुछ करने से पहले थोड़ा कम सोचता है. राइट. सो रिएक्शन टू अदर्स, एडजस्टिंग बिहेवियर, पर एडजस्ट सिचुएशन कर लेता है, एडजस्टेबल रहता है. सो दैट्स state is child. So they will give some case study and they will ask, here the person is in which state, here the person who is not curiosity, a person A is working in a bank and B is the clerk. So officer, when B is having some issues, A is helping them, that is trying to understand whatever the things happening, that is curiosity also. So A is in the child side, we can say. Adult side means he is trying to understand what the situation of B, then he is trying to act according to the requirement of that situation, then A is in the adult ego state. Right. So this is very important. You can go through all those things for more depth knowledge, but just remember this time we will definitely get 1 to 2 marks. Another one very important thing is life positions, Harris. Who is term given that term? Harris. These life positions are described in terms of okayness. There are some okay and not okay. Right. If the term is I am okay, you are okay, both are positive. Okay, both have the values. If I am okay, you are not okay, that means I have value but you don't have value. Just remember, positive means I have value, negative means I don't have value. Right. I am not okay, you are okay, that means I have no value but you have value. I am not okay, you are okay, that is you have value but I don't have value. Simple. Right. I am not okay, you are not okay, that means both are negative, that means we both have no value. So okay is related with the value. So here we will definitely get one question from this only. So very important. Right. Very easy. आप ये बहुत easily understand कर. Okay, positive. Okay, I am okay. Means I have value. You are not okay. That means you have no value. You are okay. That means you have value. I am not okay. That means I have no value. Right. So just remember these terms. Very important to understand. So with this, we are also going to discuss in our next video, that is working in teams. So this we are discussing this module C with the intention that we have to make sure that we will get to score all the marks whatever coming in from the module C at least. Then only we can easily score, that is 50 marks. Right. So in the next video we are going to discuss working in teams. So for that time, keep watching. Thank you.